Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a match between Scarlett and Time here on Everdream, the latter edition from DreamHack Fall. Top right-hand corner, it is the Canadian Zerg player. Her name is Scarlett, and she's representing Team Brave Star. And in the bottom left, it is the Red Terran player, Time. He is a Chinese player who is excellent at multitasking, macro, and game knowledge. So I think he's going to give Scarlett everything that she can handle here. And I think I watched a little bit of this game and said I need to cast this. So here we are. If you haven't heard the announcement yet, I will be moving all StarCraft 2 content over to my StarCraft 2 channel starting on March 1st. Which is 2 days away. There's a link in the description. If you want to see Falcon casting StarCraft 2, that is where you will need to go. All right? I'm doing it for algorithmic purposes. I just kind of feel like StarCraft 2 is getting the shaft on my current channel, and I want to give it a chance to thrive. So, again, click the link in the description. Hit subscribe. You know I'm good for it. You know I am very, very consistent. So go ahead and subscribe there and let me know that you're there, and I'll give you a heart. And you can check out my new logo as well for the StarCraft 2 channel for casting. All right, any questions, let me know in the comments. We can talk about it. So 16, 18, 17 here from Scarlett. Wonerax expand here from Time. There's a Reaper. The Reaper's name is Reaper the Meeper. Because for some reason, it's always hilarious when bad things happen to Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's red-haired monosyllabic Muppet Lab assistant Beaker. This will be no different. Wow, that was hard. Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's red-haired monosyllabic, something like that, Muppet Lab Assistant Beaker. Yes, if you haven't ever seen the Muppet Show or anything in the Muppet universe, you might not know exactly who Beaker is. This is Meeper, named after him. Anyway, SCV checks to make sure it wasn't a pool first, and by golly, it was not. Nice job, Time, with that Scoutorama. And Marine production getting back home. So we're going to do the Reaper dance. Let's see what Scarlett does for a third base here. The Lings are out just in the gosh darn nick of time. And now we play the game where how many Lings are going to die here? And hopefully it's not any if you're Scarlett. And hopefully you get a couple if you're Time. But even 2 Lings here is just not a big deal. This whole dance is really just to force the Lings out of the Zerg player. Because if it didn't have to do that, right? If Scarlett did not have to make 2 sets of Lings, that's 2 more drones. And that, at this stage of the game, snowballs immensely. It helps the economy of the Zerg player a whole ton not to have these 4 Lings out, or 6 Lings, or however many they have to make. I've experienced that personally, guys. In my own games where I'm being harassed, you're forced to make some early Lings, and then your economy is just like, it slows it down, and that's the whole goal, right? If you're trying to beat a Zerg player, slow down their economy. However you possibly can. Queen making this long, slow march over here, and a drone. The third base, Rama, is somewhere. I assume there we go. Drone coming down for that third base. Excellent. Natural base for Time is happily running. Starport coming in and double gas. So this could be a lot of things out of Time. This could definitely be mech. This could be bio. This could be a battlecruiser opening. This could be a battlecruiser into bio. Battlecruiser into more battlecruiser. There's a lot of options with this 1-1-1 build, which is why it's so popular among Terran players. It lets them do whatever they want. Kind of like the same for Zerg. 16, 18, 17 with a third hatch around 2.5, 3 minutes. Lets you do whatever you want. Okay, it's macro, it's fairly safe. It allows you to get up to a lair and then make whatever you want there. Get Banelings, a big Ling attack coming around the outside. Oh, this is dangerous for Time. Lift the wall, lift the wall. Oh man, if those Lings got in here, and they are, oh no, Time! Okay, so the SCVs are providing a body block right now. That Hellion is just about dead, but the body, oh my gosh, the control. The control for Time was sick right there. That Hellion did not have to worry for its life at all. 5 kills. 6 SCVs go down, but that's 13 Lings down. That's a lot of drones that Scarlett wasn't making at the time. So at 37 workers, you may say to yourself, okay, you know, she's doing all right. Yes, that's true, but she could have more. A third base timing could have been sooner as well, but that was more to do with the Reaper than anything else. Roach Warren coming in at about 4.5 minutes. Just recognizing the threat of a lot of Hellions showing up, having Roaches is so nice in that situation. Lings can get it done, but it's not my favorite thing, is to have Lings handle Hellions that are trying to kill all my stuff. Lings are squishier. So Queen Roach, gonna be the play. Are there, nope, no Roaches in production. No time for Roaches, says Scarlett. None whatsoever. Hit that like button if you're excited for this one's gonna bring anyway. I'm telling you, it's a great game. I'm excited for it. Hell, are they going to... Oh, by YOLO Hellions. All right, Time believes in the YOLO Hellion. And I say believe for a good reason. This is a belief system for Terrans. Some Terrans get in there and kill as many drones as possible, fully recognizing their Hellions are going to die. But they feel like the damage done is more important than kind of dancing around out here and holding on to map control, right? The Zerg player defending well, not losing any drones, but also not having any map control at all. Now Scarlett has map control, but did lose some economy, which 9 workers at this stage of the game hurts. Again, it slows Scarlett down some more. Income at this stage is actually technically favoring Time. The spikes are generally due to mules getting tossed down, as there are 2 mules running right now for Time at the natural base. Double engineering bay indicates we're going to go bio. The additional barracks indicate we're going to go bio. Combat shield coming in here too. So Time, at the very least, opening up with a bio strategy here. Scarlett has some options. Can go Mutiling Bling. Can go Hydraling Bling. Can go Roach Ravager Baneling. The whole key here is having Banelings. If you don't have Banelings versus bio, you're going to have a bad time. South Park, Colorado Ski Instructor.jpg. Yeah, I mean, you can go Roach Ravager to a certain extent against Terran, but about the 11-minute mark, all of a sudden the upgrades for the bio are going to start outstripping the Roach Ravager upgrades, and you will get crushed. So just open with Banelings. That's my recommendation. She's making roaches. I'm really surprised she went for the Roach. She's one of the players that has stuck with going Mutalisks all through the end of Heart of the Swarm into Legacy of the Void, even when it wasn't the meta and it wasn't popular. So I'm surprised she's not just doing it now. But nice unload here. 6.5 minute little double medevac unload drop. Overlord gone. Some damage done. Yes, that's enough Lings and Roaches and Queens, though, that you don't really want to stay here for too long, and that's an unload. Or rather, a reload, and to get the heck on out of there. Scarlett, honestly, probably 4 base in it, although there's a Nidus coming in. Is this a Nidus Queen play on 3 bases? Have we saturated? Yeah, we saturated the 3rd, so it's not like this. It's not saturated at all. I like how this forces everyone to come home. Ah, get out of here. There's no Spire, so you can't kill me. Bahaha, says Time. Oh, he scanned the Nidus. Are you kidding right now? What a beautiful scan. Who scans the 3rd base? I guess to check for saturation. He was worried about a Roach Ravager all-in, because if the 3rd base isn't that saturated, this is very much what you get. We still have a lot of Roaches here, even with the saturated 3rd, so it's a little bit weird, and the timing's a little bit later, but it's still very scary if you don't have any Banshees. The tank positioning here is great. This tank is good as well. You want to kill this Overlord if you can, because... yeah, kill the Overlord. High ground position. There you go. Sniping it. So that this tank can't be sniped down by the Corrosive Bile because there is no high ground to see it. Oh, there's an Overseer. Never mind. Never mind. The tank's dead. Okay, so whack, whack, whack. Gone. Tried to get out of there. Couldn't quite do it. Again, this positioning is good if there's no vision, but if there's vision, it's going to die first. That is a priority target here from Scarlett. Nidus Worm coming in. In the main base, but yes, Time was ready for it because he saw the Nidus network, and he's going to kill it before it can come up. Nicely done. Nidus at the front, again getting scanned. Time's scans have been really good here. Look at him. He's chasing this away. He took... Oh my gosh. Wow. Time is just not having any of this from Scarlett right now. Like, get off my front lawn. You don't belong here at all. And Scarlett very smartly gets out. She's like, look, this is not going to work with that much bio, with that much stim, with that many medevacs, the 1-1 and the combat shield and the stim complete. No, so let's take a 4th base. I'm loving that. As the 3rd base is landing for Time, he's a little bit ahead. Income is favoring Scarlett, though, because she's up to 73 workers. She's always had excellent, excellent macro. And there's your Baneling Nest, finally at 8.5 minutes. Going for the Baneling Nest. The creep spread for Scarlett has always been insane, too. Look at this. Look how nuts this creep spread is. It's fantastic. It's so good. Anywho, Marines trying to clear that creep. Remember when I said the creep was great 4 seconds ago? It is, and Time hates that. Really bothers him down to his core. The problem with Banelings here is they're not going to have speed for some time, because the Baneling Nest is not done. There is a layer which helps with that. Also, oversaturating a bit here in the main base, Scarlet. You might want to move those down to this base. Make a transfer if and you can. Infestation Pit coming in. Centrifugal Hook's not getting started. The longer this waits, the more worried I am in the long run for this Roach Ravager strategy out of Scarlett. Alright, so this is how you spread creep, guys. Do you toss down 7 creep tumors in one spot? You don't. Oh, never mind. Let's throw it on a million. Well, she wanted to, but I don't think there was enough energy. See what I'm talking about? This Marine Marauder stuff? Creep Queen sniped, and then time gets out of there. I love the sensor tower. We're seeing more and more sensor tower from Terran against Zerg recently. It's been good. I mean, it's usually a TVT thing, but heck, why not make it something that you do against Zerg as well? Knowing where their army is really nice. Spore Crawler free shots. That positioning on the Spore was right on time. 5th base for Scarlett coming up. Marine trying to handle that. Wait, hold on. He's being allowed to. Or they are. Just kidding. They're dead now. Army supply 122 to 107. Total supply plus 3 attack coming in for time at 10.5 minutes, which is just disgusting. Centrifugal hooks on the way now from Scarlett. As I mentioned, it's getting there. And it will be very useful here, like, now. She doesn't have any Banelings. Never mind, it's fine. She's going to try to do this thing again. She's in the window where Roach Ravager's viable. But once that 3-3 starts kicking in, it's so hard to make Roach Ravager work. I've never seen it done at the pro level. Roach Ravager, even if they are 3-3, against 3-3 Marines and Marauders, will just die every time. Especially with tank support. Especially with medevac support. So the 3-3 is not... Again, this is the window. This is the window where Scarlett can try to make something happen. Especially with Corrosive Vials on these tanks, removing them from the equation. But look how long these Marines and Marauders are just standing at the front here. Doing pretty well for themselves. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. 48 Lings coming in. Banelings are present. Trying to get connections, but in situations where they're kind of off creep, it gets really scary indeed. Vipers in production. Adrenal Glands coming in. Banelings, ahoy. Getting some decent connections there, but nice target firing as well. But man, Scarlett jumping on this, and actually time jumping on it, says, no, you try to stutter step onto me, I will stutter step onto you. And Scarlett has to back up. Chitinous plating on the way. Not really enough resources for many ultras. One, which she is making now. But chitinous plating, anabolic synthesis is not done. Armor, the priority upgrade right now. Left side base for time. 4th base up and rolling. This right side base for Scarlett not happening. That's a cancel. Or it should be, and it is. Scarlett wanted to save it. It wasn't that far along into construction, and she can just replant it immediately because the drone didn't die. So that's a benefit for sure. So Scarlett's creep spread looking all right. It's in all the places that you want it to be generally. Another round of tumors would... There you go. Trying here... But, like, here and here would be really nice for another round of tumors. This one's happening. All right. I personally do not like Ultras versus Bio at the pro level. At my level, right, where I'm like, I don't know, D1, low masters. It's better. But against a player like Time that has insane amounts of micro, not as good. It turns out, not as good. They're going to snipe this hatch. Oh, the Ultras. Wow. Wait, hold on. Guys, help. Oh, they could have helped save the hatch. Like, oh, sorry, we're back. What did we miss? Oh, you missed your hatch dying. The one that birthed you. You let your mother die, basically. The parasitic bombs on these medevacs are sweet. The medevac. The medevac apocalypse. Suddenly, 7 medevacs have died. I think all of them within the last, like, minute. That's not good. Yeah, this is a great game. Anabolic synthesis on the way, plus 3 armor coming in for the Ultras and the Ravagers and the Lings and the Banelings and everything ground. The trick here for Scarlett is she hasn't killed any Terran bases yet. She's kind of threatened the natural a little, but hasn't done anything over here other than the fact that there's stuff taken off of it. Was there a Baneling attack? No more SCVs have died. All right. So it really seems like Scarlett's main goal here is whittling down the tank count. She's killed 8, and there is 1 on the field, so I'd say that's working out pretty well. Liberators set up directly in range of spores and just try to get as much done as they can. The answer is not a lot. It's 11 drones killed in this game. Oh, the parasitic bomb. Are you setting up in parasitic bomb range? Oh, the abduct changes their status too. So if they're in defender mode, if they get abducted, it takes them out of defender mode. So frustrating. So dang frustrating if you happen to be a Liberator pilot. This right side base just is not meant to happen for Scarlett. That's the, I want to say 3rd or 4th time it's been killed or canceled. Dang, that tank is alive. For how much longer, though? And the answer is not very much longer at all. Yeah, Ultras on creep are faster than stimmed Marines and Marauders, but The stimming makes it hard for Ultras to catch up to those units before they die. Drop inside the main base, trying to make stuff happen. Parasitic bomb in the skies. Hive sniped. Time, I'm telling you. This dude, another drop at the third base of Scarlett on the right side. Getting kind of cleaned up. But this whole abusing the fact that Scarlett doesn't have any air units is a problem. I mean, other than the Vipers, obviously. But no Corruptors and no Mutalisks today. Ultralisks are the order that Scarlett is giving. And that's a 7-kill Marauder. It's not bad. And yeah, this is time's okay. I don't know when this damage on this orbital came up, but I assume everything went pretty well for time otherwise. Burrow getting researched. Widow Mines coming in. Another drop in the main. Time has been relentless with these drops. He's going to get the Ultralisk Cavern, and he does. Not going to get the new hatchery up here. But he does get an Ultra, which again, +3 Marauders. They do so much damage to Ultras. That one attack, right? One attack. Not two separate attacks. One attack means the damage on Ultras is greater than it otherwise would have been. It's a big change that has really helped Terran against Ultras that was made a while ago, but it still matters today. Because again, the armor on the Ultralisk applies to every attack made onto it, which is why Marines that have a lot of small attacks, every bit of armor is applied to the Marine attack on the Ultra. Marauders, slow, bigger hits, those are not nearly as affected by the armor of the Ultralisk. Look at the, man, spawning pool down? This is bonkers. Time is kind of taken apart Scarlett here a little bit. I gotta say, that is happening. That said, Scarlett's at 187 supply, 106 army, 78 workers. Like, she's not... The traditional metrics are not telling the story where she's losing this game. She's had the income advantage as far back as the income advantage graph goes and tells us. So that's pretty good. 10 banelings in production. Creep spread. Despite all of the creep tumors that have died today, she has constantly and consistently paid attention to creep. Despite the fact that 71 of the creep tumors have been murdered, she still has 123. That is a dedication to creep. Unlike most players, unlike most Zerg players in StarCraft 2. Ooh, Prosabile directly killed that Marauder. A little bit careless if you're time, but that's all right. Again, just trying to keep time on this side of the map. That's your goal here. Widow Mine's firing on stuff. There are Overseers in the mix, but whatever. Banelings Ling, Planetary Fortress down, baby. Blinding Cloud. Look at these Ultras dying. The Marauders, though. The Marauders are good. Widow Mines, I think, caught a Viper. Are we back? Wow, the drop of the main. Time really wants this main to not exist, so the main hatchery dies. This hatchery gets sniped. The fourth base is dead as well. Time is just taking her apart. Infestation pit gone as well. No more Vipers for you, although if she's smart, and she is, she probably has another infestation pit somewhere. No, she doesn't. All right. I mean, a lot of medevacs have died today, in all fairness. And again, if you're trying to beat an elite Terran player, killing 19 medevacs in 18 minutes is pretty good. But if you're trying to beat a Zerg player, 4 hatcheries and a hive down in 18 minutes is also very good. Time is just relentless on this pressure, being everywhere that Scarlett cannot be. I've had nightmares like this before, Scarlett. I feel ya. I do. Another hatchery down. Scarlett is just not doing enough damage on the other side of the map at all. She killed one base. She hasn't been able to deal at all with the infrastructure or the production capabilities of Time, and it's showing here. He's just making 4 Marauders, 7 Marines, 2 medevacs, a Widow Mine at a time. Killing so many bases. 5 hatcheries and a hive killed. Bottom right-hand base. A couple other bases have been canceled. I don't think that shows up on the resources lost tab. Look, new infestation pit back. Ta-da! All the technology lives down here at the natural base now. But again, this is yet more testament that I don't like Ultras against Terran. They just have... They know how to kite. That's it. That's all they have to do. And I mean, if you can keep them away. Ultras are at their best when they're up and chomping directly on your bases. If they're just over here, or if they're chasing you somewhere, they're not going to accomplish anything. Or not much. Not enough to pay for themselves. And Ultras are 300 gas, man. They are not cheap. They are expensive. Not that we really need to buff Ultralisks, but making them cheaper, I feel like would not be a horrific idea. Call me crazy. Infestors are on the way, though. Pathogen Gland's finishing up before they finish, which is very nice for Scarlett, the Canadian. And Time just has another giant 3-3 army coming around the bottom side. Ready to kill this hatch. Oh my gosh, there's even drones here. Alright, guys. Well, Scarlett's abandoning that post entirely. Parasitic Bomb is up. Widowmine's getting huge hits on Banelings. The Parasitic Blinding Cloud there, too, doing very well. Bottom right hatch does die. Only 3 drones die somehow. Some way. The long distance mining. Okay, never mind. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, all right. 6 down. The fungal. See, this is what I always need Terrans to add on, is the fungal growth. The fungal makes the Ultras so much better. It doesn't root them, but it slows the enemies. And the Ultras can catch them more quickly than if they don't have the fungal on their heads. Loving it. There is something over here that is blue. Is there? Ah, yes. Burrowed Ling, of course. Missile turret scouted that out. Time saw it before I did. Another base from Scarlett. She's been relentless at replacing bases that have died, except for the main. Because, oh, she's replacing the main. There's 500 gas and 100 minerals in there. I guess it's more that she doesn't want Time to set up shop in there permanently, I guess, would be the idea. Either way, Time tacking on in, killing them creep tumors, and taking down the hatch. Just enough units to take down the hatch. That's all it is. Dropping in the main to see what's what. The answer is a spine crawler and a few spores and a new hatch you can maybe kill. If you want it, I guess killing static defense is also very nice. Engaging off creep is just not going to happen here unless you do the nice split. Really nice pre-split there. And you see how much better the Ultralisks are when the enemy is fungal? It feels like a basic concept, but man, you do not see this a lot from elite Zerg players when they go Ultras. So I'd rather they don't go Ultras if they're not also going to go Infestors, you know what I mean? This hatch, the number, like 7, 8 hatchers have gone down today. That's another one, that's 9. The ability of Scarlett to keep up with the base killing that Time is doing has just not existed. She's got Broodlords, which again, not actually what I'm into. God, another Widowmine drops. This is just absolute bonkers. This might just get an epic tag. Although it really more feels like a dismantling of Scarlett by Time than a really close game. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Scarlett's had great numbers the whole time. But Time is just killing Ultras and killing hatcheries. And the number of Ultras that have died today is 16. 16 Ultralisks down is massive. Look, bottom right base is going to die again. Time's multitasking has been insane. It has been mind-bogglingly good today. That's a cancel, which doesn't show up there. So that's, we're looking at 13, like 14 hatcheries killed or canceled. Broodlords actually show up in time to mess with something, but see, the problem is Bio is so fast that Broodlords just can't keep up with it. You'll notice they're coming, they're on their way, but they can't get there before the hatchery dies. Ta-da! Alright, so everybody here is dead because, well, their right is dead. Kite, 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 kite. See, this is why it really feels like Ultras are not faster than stimmed Bio in situations like that. But they are, according to the Liquipedia, with anabolic synthesis and especially on creep, they are faster. This is dumb. Officially 10 hatcheries killed. 10 in 24 minutes by Time. I might just give it an epic tag just for how non-stop it has been. Non-stop it has been. Man, this is a very Wings of Liberty strategy. Corruptor Broodlord. I remember winning games back in Wings of Liberty against Terran with Corruptor Broodlord on... God, what was that map? What was that map that had the super wide... God, what are mine drops that I'm just not catching at all? It was a super, super wide open natural, and Protoss and Terran hated it. Zelnaga Caverns, maybe. It's just a small two-player map. Played a lot on that map. I think that's what it was. Zelnaga Caverns. Okay, so income. Look at this favoring time now. That does not bode well for the Zerg player. You can lose games where you have a better economy than the Terran very easily. If you have a better economy, you're in a better spot. It's not a guarantee. If you have a worse economy, it's very, very hard, if not impossible, to win. Is this another dead hatch? I don't see anybody in the neighborhood to stop this from happening. I mean, the Broodlords are on the left side. They're like, we were trying to kill drones, but sure, we'll kill this hatchery too. Why not? ¿Por qué no? Bottom right's not... Okay, that might just be a GG right there. Scarlett is losing bleeding drones, bleeding bases. She's going to get this planetary because Broodlord's a great answer for planetary fortresses. But this little group is having the time of their lives. Taking out a defunct hatchery. And defunct, I just mean there's no resources there at all. And the planetary dies, and the Marines are trying to get on top of the Broodlords, and the Widow Mines are trying to connect. Oh! Friendly fire, though! That's not what you want at all. And she actually does get enough Lings and Banes out to crush this. So, okay, so she killed a base. That's 2 bases down now. I'm interested that Time is not making Vikings here. I guess he's worried about Parasitic Bomb, and he's worried about Plague. Ha! My Brood War coming out. He's worried about the Corruptors. He's worried about Parasitic Bomb. I already said he's worried about Fungal. Another planetary down would be a huge deal, though, and it is going to go down. Okay. Suddenly Time is in a lot of trouble economically. He's got this base mining. Time's in the middle of creep, just trying to kill whatever he can, trying to make some good trades. Losing his medevacs to Corruptors fairly quickly, and that is just the death of any ground army. Oh, but catching the Infestors is a huge deal. Okay, this is Scarlett's one source of mining income. We're turning into a very, very tough situation for both players economically right now. Both players are under 1,000 minerals per minute, which is not where you want to be. This is it. This is the one base that is mining currently. The long distance is happening here for Time. Creep is displaying this happening, though. Actually, hold on. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that with the tumors that are coming up. They don't have to be down, or done, rather. This is crazy talk. It just is. Both players, one mining base. Income is slightly favoring Scarlett for reasons I don't understand. I guess there are fewer mineral patches here than here, be my guess, although they look pretty even. I guess it's the gas income here that's the big deal. Time doesn't have any gas income, and Scarlett does, which makes sense. Scarlett wants... making 2 Ultras. Okay. I knew I remember this game was epic. It wasn't looking epic, but suddenly Scarlett went on a rampage, killed 2 or 3 bases in a row, and Time is in trouble, despite all the damage he's done. I can hear Terran players now. The Terran had to do so much work, and look where he is now. It's like, yes, that is true. He's not in a great place. Orbital down. Neither is Scarlett, in all fairness. Trying to flank along the right side. Widowmine's coming in the left side, connecting on the Broodlords. Oh my gosh, the fungal's happening, but is it enough Broodlords to save the day? Ultralisk comes in. What? 15 kill Broodlord. 5066 army supply. Oh! I cannot believe this. Has Scarlett snatched a victory after the jaws of defeat? And she has! Time is your winner in 29 minutes and 17 seconds. Holy crap. Yep, that was a great game. That was an epic tag. I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, I hear you, Terrans. I do. Time killed 11 official hatcheries and a hive, 20 Ultralisks, 97 drones, and did not win this game. didn't do it. Scarlett's macro and creep spread and ability to replay statues when they died was nuts. Not going for Vikings was maybe a problem there, but the Infestor play was disgusting. The Fungals really helped, especially win that final battle. And Time just didn't have enough bases. He lost 3 planetaries and an orbital. The income was not good for him at the end of the game. And wow. Oh, that was a thing. Epic tag today. Scarlett was down. Scarlett was in trouble, but the thing that was the big deal was this income tab was telling us that Scarlett was doing all right. And if this is blue, the Zerg player has a chance. But then suddenly it goes down, and then suddenly with that rampage along the top left, taking down the planetary up here, also expanding and spreading creep this direction, killing this space, then killing this space. That was it. Time had nothing left economically. And Scarlett barely had anything going here and barely had anything going here. Was sitting on a total of 40 drones after losing 97, which just says a lot about how many drones she made today and how many you have to make in a game like this. Bananas. Just attacks everywhere. Time seemed to be all over the map. Scarlett was defending as well as she could. Couldn't quite pull it off a lot of the time. But enough. Enough times. All right, cool. Well, you know what? That's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Again, this will be on a different channel starting October 1st, Wednesday. Please subscribe to the new channel or you're going to miss out on games like this, okay? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe on the other channel if you like this game and like what you heard from me as well. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.